Hello there, everybody! This is Gmodon, and wow, it's been a long time, hasn't it? I feel like I've been out of the loop for so long because I just got done with family around, and boy, it was a crazy nearly 2 weeks that I spent with my family. Like, my entire family came up and stayed at my house for 2 weeks. They're gone, and I'm so relieved. I love them, but I mean, whew, boy. So that's why I've been gone. I've been dealing with family, but I'm here now, and oh my god, finally, I'm doing the Q&A video. Finally, right? I mean, you guys sent in so many questions, and I was a little overwhelmed, and that's probably why it's taken me so long. And I did a couple recordings before, and just something kept happening to the audio, and I didn't figure out what it was, but I finally got it. I'm pretty sure I've got it. So you're gonna see me looking over there a little bit, because that's where the Q's are. And over here's the E's. Okay, let's get started. What other YouTube channels do you watch, if any? The channels I mostly find myself watching are, I wrote down all my answers over here, so let me cheat. A-Drive, Alpha Omega Sin, Angry Joe Show, BF vs. GF, although I'm very sad about what happened to them recently. I'm very broken up about that. Anyway. Boogie2988, Cat Icarus, Galactic Elliot, JYT Gamer, Jeremy Johns, Jontron, Markiplier, Pro Jared, and Review Tech USA. I'm subbed to a lot of other YouTubers, honestly, but these are the ones that when I'm scrolling through my sub box are the ones I'm like, ooh, I need to watch their videos. Have you memorized most of the SCPs you've read? Actually, it's kind of a funny thing. Whenever I read SCPs, they're just gone out of my mind. I forget about them unless you say like, oh, the SCP that does this, then I'm like, oh right, that SCP. But if you tell me SCP 107 or whatever, I'm like, what one is that? I remember it enough that I won't like read the same one twice, but when it comes to numbers, I am so challenged with numbers. So I don't remember very much. How/why did you start doing YouTube? I've actually been on YouTube since like the very start. Like when I was in middle school, a few of my friends found it out and they were like, ooh, it's this cool new site. And this is when the internet was still becoming, you know, big. It was becoming what it is today. And we found the site, and I remember me and my friends stayed up all night watching Naruto videos. That was my Naruto days. And I've been on there since then, but I didn't make an actual account till about 2010. That's when I started doing my voiceover stuff in 2012, SCPReadings, and yeah. What advice could you give someone who wants to get into YouTube? If there's one thing I have to say about YouTube, getting into it, be prepared. Be more prepared than you could ever be prepared in your life for anything. YouTube is an experience unlike anything. It's creatively draining. It's so much more time than anybody thinks. And you just be prepared. That's all I have to say. Because if you set out to do YouTube as a regular thing, not even including, you know, making a living off of it, just doing it to do it, to keep fans entertained, it's so much more work than people give it credit for. It takes dedication, trial and error, and above all, do not give up. There are so many times I wanted to give up, but I didn't, and we're here, and we're nearly at 100,000 subscribers, and it's overwhelming. Just don't give up. What's your favorite game of 2015, and what games are you looking forward to? My absolute favorite game of 2015. 2015 was kind of dry, I'll admit it, but my favorite game, Bloodborne. I love Bloodborne. I've played, I don't know how many hours, probably over 100 hours worth of gameplay on this, and it's, I love Bloodborne so much. It's so good. As for the games I'm looking forward to, when I wrote the script, I put down Uncharted 4, but I already have Uncharted 4, and it was flipping amazing, so now I'm looking forward to No Man's Sky. Are you going to college for some type of art job? Nope, and I don't think I ever will be. Art is this really weird thing for me. I love art. I'm an artist. I draw like crazy. I've been drawing for as long as I could pick up a pen. But the thing is, I don't like to do it as a job. I like to do it as a leisure thing, so I'm probably not going to do anything that has to do with career-wise, but I want to go back to college to get a degree in some sort of liberal arts. I really want to try to be a fictional writer someday, and yeah. What's your opinion of the SCP community? Not too long ago, I actually made my first post within the forums of the SCP Wiki, and I was welcomed really warmly and nicely, which is actually it's hard to admit, it was surprising to me how nice and warm they were, because from what I've seen on the outside, they're very cold, hard, and they just come down really hard critically on their writing, and I think that's something I'm very scared of. I want to submit something for them, and I have a couple SCPs in mind that I've been working on for what feels like ages, but I'm scared, honestly, because they're very hard hitting when it comes to their critical things. But from that reception alone, that was just very welcoming, and I think they're a great bunch of people just wanting to strive for better and more wonderfully written things. If you could pick any SCP to add to SCP Containment Breach, which one would it be? Oh god, the Infinite Pizza Box, for sure. Like, can I have that? Just, can I just have it? Pizza's like my favorite thing ever. Would you ever be willing to do voice acting projects involving the SCP Foundation? Absolutely, like, without a doubt. Like, I've been contacted a few times about being in SCP projects, and like, I'm always blown away. I'm so honored. There was one project that some of you might have heard of, the Foundation, where it was a sort of XCOM based game. I was going to be doing a lot of voicing for the menus and everything, but the project kind of got put on halt, which is really sad. I'll put a link down in the description to the guy's YouTube. He was doing update videos all the time on it. I haven't checked on it in a while, but that was the main big project of SCPs that I was going to be involved in. But back to the question, hell yeah. Involve me in anything SCP, man. I'd love it. What country do you live in? United States of America. Ugh. Will you sing more for us? I'm pleased that a majority of you really seem to like my singing voice, but singing is something, again, with art that I just like to do for fun, and I feel pressured if I have to do it for videos. I might in the future, I don't know, because I do love to sing. I used to be in choir when I was in middle school. I actually went to Allstate, but I mean, I don't feel that confident in my singing abilities to make more videos. Maybe in the future, I don't know. We'll see. What is your dream job? Well, besides YouTube, what I'm doing right now, being a legit voice actor or a novel writer. Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Actually, I have. I started one game with my nephews. We never got very far on it because I got distracted with other stuff, friend stuff. Me and my twin friends, we wanted to start getting into it, and sadly they don't live where I live, so we'll have to wait till we meet each other again, but I love the idea of it. I'd love to play it more, and hopefully I'll get into it more at some point. What did you aspire to accomplish when you first started this channel? Also, is your name actually Dawn? Pretty much exactly what it is today. Like, what it is now is so much more than what I was ever imagining would happen. I started this channel along with a couple of my friends because we were reading the SCPs back and forth to each other. We'd scroll through the site, find one, read it to each other over Skype calls, and I started thinking, this is a really cool idea. What if people did this on YouTube? And so I started the channel, we started reading some, and that's kind of where it got to. And our main goal through SCP has to read every single one, and that's a very far-fetched goal, but I mean, we could get there one day. And is my name actually Dawn? Yes, it is. Sort of. Dawn is actually my middle name. It's my legal middle name, but I always go by Dawn. Some of you do know my first name if you come to my streams, but I would ask you to please not say it at all, because my first name reminds me of who I used to be in darker times and just going through different things. Plus, I've never really liked my first name. Let's go with that. And I just much rather go by Dawn. So, there you go. Why is Sylveon your favorite Pokemon? I don't know what you're talking about. Sylveon's not my favorite Pokemon. I don't know what you're talking about. Sylveon actually is not my favorite Pokemon. I know, it's hard to believe right there. But Typhlosion is. Sylveon just happens to be my gaming mascot. Because Sylveon's a Bamf. Do you ever do vocal exercises before you record in order to allow a more dynamic range for your reads? Sometimes. It honestly depends. It depends how I feel about my voice that day. Some days I don't feel my voice is, rich enough, and luckily today I woke up with my voice feeling pretty rich. I like to have my voice like a bit deeper. I think I have a hair on my tongue. Like, some days I'll wake up and my voice will be nice and, rich, and I kind of like to get that deeper feel for my voice. That confuses a lot of people because they think I'm a teenage boy because of that, or a prepubescent boy, which I'm honestly fine with at this point. Like, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm whatever. I don't care anymore. But overall, not really. What inspired you to start singing, and how has this benefited you in the present? Well, as I said previously, I was in choir in middle school, and I got into All-State, which is this big singing competition. And I've just always liked singing, and while I can carry a tune, I really don't feel I'm that great of a singer. And I don't think it's really benefited me more than anything. It's just kind of a thing I like to do for fun. Have you ever thought about expanding the channel to more than just SCP readings? If so, what was it? I honestly can't see that happening because this channel was made for SCPs. It's gonna stay as SCPs. I mean, you might get this every so often face-to-face sort of camera, me talking about different things. But I mean, that'll be really rare as it is, and sometimes there'll be Let's Plays. But I want to focus mainly on SCPs. I mean, it could change. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but as of now, just mainly SCPs. Is there any way for fans to help create videos for SCP readings? You know, sometime before, maybe a couple years back, I would have said, yeah, okay, sure. But I've had some pretty sour and bad interactions with people that tried to collab with me that I did not know who they were, and I just immediately said yes because I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, fine. It didn't end up very great. I won't go into details, but for now, I'm going to say no, because this channel, it's been sort of, you know, my own baby. It's like my baby. It's like my project that I've done pretty much all by myself. I've had help throughout the years, of course, but mainly it's been me that's been carrying the weight of this channel, and that's something I'm very proud of. And that's something my mom actually told me before she passed. She was like, you know what, I'm proud of you because of what I've done, and that's something I don't want to, you know, just go away. Where did the name Jimodon come from? The big question, huh? Alright, well, you remember how I said my first name isn't Dawn? It's actually my middle name? Well, my first name starts with a G. That's all, that's as much as I'm saying about my first name. And whenever I was in middle school, I went through really dark times. Like, middle school was probably the darkest point, one of the darkest points of my life. And I went through days, weeks, months of just depression, and a lot of it came from some abusive relationships, and it got to the point that I literally classified myself as an emo, straight up, black fingernails, hair over the eyes, kind of like it is now, but you know, whatever. It was lingering emo-ness. My friend Zach, which some of you might know him from my streams and other things, he came up with the idea to combine my first name with emo. Sorry, that was my phone. And we got Gmo. And so that kind of evolved into my nickname for quite a while. And then I added the Dawn a little bit later. And Gmodon has just kind of stuck. And so Gmodon is just, I'm just Gmodon. That's just how it's stuck. What's your favorite anime? Do you see that back there? That my figure right there? My second favorite anime is Madoka Magica. And my top favorite anime? Steins Gate. I love Steins Gate. Oh my god, Steins Gate. If you've never watched Steins Gate, go watch it. Carisi demands it. Not, yeah, she demands it. What is your favorite SCP story? Probably the Remember Us video I did. I don't remember the exact name of the page on the wiki, but that Remember Us video I did is just, it was so full of raw emotion. And whenever I go back and listen to it sometimes, I wish that I'd put more into it. I'd love to do the voiceover for that story again. And it was just, it's my favorite. I love it. What forms of higher education have you had? I've had a single semester of college. I plan to try to go back at some point. Do you have a gun? Do you know how to use that gun? Personally, I don't own any guns, but my dad and brother, they are big gun fanatics. They have guns out the wazoo. I mean, we live in Oklahoma. What do you expect? And I know how to use them. I've shot many of them, and I'm pretty knowledgeable about guns, mostly anyway. How old are you? I am 22. I'll be turning 23 on July 22nd. Save me. Do you have a pet? And if you do, what is it? I own 2 dogs, and I'll probably pop them up on here to the screen because I'd record them sometimes, put them on Twitter. One is a poodle mix named Bella, and one is a Pomeranian mix named Bear, both girls. Well, that's another Q&A down. Saying I'm sorry for how long this took does not even begin to cover how long it took. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. Also, there were a lot of questions to go through, and you guys just asked so many awesome and unique questions, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And we are almost at 100K subscriber. I'm overwhelmed constantly by how many of you there are supporting me, waiting on me for how long it takes me to get around to videos, and I can't thank you guys enough. Like, seriously, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys 100%, 110%, all the way. I love you guys, and you're getting us to that goal, that amazing milestone of 100K. And when we get there, I'll be doing a Draw My Life video. So that'll be fun. A little depressing, but it'll be fun. So thank you guys so much for the questions. Thank you for sticking around. If you watched all the way to the end, bless you, man. I'm so boring, but bless you. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.